Here we go again. Doing the same old shit we always do, but hey. Do you guys remember months back? Probably not. No, I'm not. I mentioned Cuba might be a problem in the future. You guys might want to take a look at what's going on in Cuba over there. I warned you guys that, well, China and the old Ruskies there probably had some armies and stuff over there. We're concocting some stuff up. Sounds like it's getting to be a bigger deal. I don't know. You might want to look, but then again, I also did see a map just the other day of all the Chinese farms, and it's funny how they're placed all around army bases. You know, I gotta do these videos. And the fucking I wish I could have went in deeper on Uncle Will there yesterday. I wish would have taken a little bit more time, but I had to do it. I had to get it out. I had to get that fear out of my belly and just say the truth and not worry about Uncle Will's feelings. And hopefully he suffers a great deal and he can get himself right in the head and come to the understanding that, well, hey, you know, when you see something wrong, you should probably try and fix it. Rather than letting it leave it for the children, you know what I mean? But then again, hey, this has been really hard for me because I really don't know what directions to go in. I'm like, hey, if it isn't the end, and this is what we got to deal with, and we gotta clean it up. I gotta show people where it's all screwed up. There's got to be a way to show the masses. And while you think you come up with a plan to do so, you think somebody would listen, but no. Right. See how the world's confusing for us. You know what I mean? It lacks common sense. Really, it just comes down to common sense with Uncle Will. Like he thinks he's better than Dagburn and all them, even if he spread his lies. Just because he wants to think bad things of people doesn't make it true. You know what I mean? And he just throws it out to the universe like it's true. Then I was saying, you know, how I said, you know, we gotta. Then again, if it's just the end times and then it's all about saving people, then, well, I'm still dealing with that because I'm showing everybody how real people are. Actually, they're the fake ones, Uncle Will. You guys are fake. You guys wear whatever face you gotta wear to make people happy. See what happens when you go outside of the norm, bud? You look a little crazy. You got people who couldn't walk a day in your shoes, a day in your head, because they got so much fear built inside themselves that they would combust. But Uncle Will tells us all about all the problems going around the world. Like I said, that was just a little tidbit of information that, well, you should probably go look into yourself. What's going on over there in Cuba? And, well, Cuba doesn't do well. Do you know that? Like, their people are really suffering over there. Like, the richest of the rich, they have rolling blackouts and stuff like that. And the rich ones are actually the servants. You know what I mean? The ones at the fucking vacation places. Like teachers and scientists and fucking all sorts of shit. Serving people. Just because it'll give them a better life so they can have a place to live. So imagine how the unwealthy are living. If the wealthy can't even have electricity half the time. But then again, how did that come into play? Why is Cuba suffering so much? You know what I mean? Like, I understand the Cuban government was bad at one point in time, but what the American government did to them, shut down the whole country. But I might be wrong on that. Let me know. Like, who knows? You know what I mean? But then again, I don't think Castro was very good to his people either. You know what I mean? Whatever would get him the buck. Like you guys, you Americans probably never been to Cuba, but when you go down there, like wherever you go, there's books and all sorts of stuff, all Fidel, all over the place. They have to have it in their stores. You know what I mean? Like, but no one ever cared to help save the Cuban people. I just punish them. Further dictator. Hey, you guys get punished because the guy leading you. Instead of trying to help you, hey guys. You know what I mean? Lots of people come together. But then again, we can't come together neither. When people do try to come together, Uncle Will likes to call those people child predators because they want a better future. And they know that, well, like the children are the future, you know what I mean? We have to change the way we're programming our children because, well, it ain't vintage. Because, well, quite frankly, we weren't programmed very well. As you can see, Uncle Will, if you just took a deep, dark look into yourself, you'd see that, well, you're just a scared little man. And you should let God into your heart. And that's the truth, buddy. Let the truth in and you'll have the love. You gotta accept the truth, Uncle Will. And the truth is, bud, your future's in trouble. If you don't care about the children, your future's in trouble. How do you want to lead this world, Uncle Will? You talk a big talk like you're a big tough guy, but I bet you if you ever ran into Dagburn, you'd run away. You know what I mean, Uncle Will? You are a treat. I bet you couldn't lick a $3 postage stamp. I ain't saying I want to fight you, Uncle Will. I'm just saying I think you're full of bukkake. I think if you were ever put into a situation where you had to fight, you'd be fighting for your way out of it. You know what I mean? Even if there were children involved. Dad, I'm saving myself. Screw the children. You know what I mean? I don't know what postage is anymore. They're vintage. All I know is the prices. I go in the store now and I'm like, what the fuck happened? Did I go into the Twilight Zone? Hey, like, those, the same store. Hey, Joanna, weren't those used to be like 2 for $4? Now there's no deal. They're $3.50 a piece. What the fuck? And then the taxers on it too. You know what I mean? And everybody thinks that this should be normal. What the fuck has changed? What has changed? Have we lost any resources? Well, yeah, we have. We can't come to the understanding that not only our countries are burning down, but the full fucking continent. You know what I mean? The full fucking thing. Hey, we need those suckers to breathe. You know what I mean? We do, like, they don't talk about these forest fires, but if we ain't got no plant life and no oxygen to breathe, that's gonna cause like a climate change. You know what I mean? Or like, holy shit. Hey, can we come together and find out what those new kind of clouds are? You know what I mean? They're all mystifying to me. You know what I mean? Especially when I see them come out of planes, and then sometimes I see, well, nothing coming out of it all at one time. I don't know what happened in the atmosphere or what, but my wife's convinced that it's some sort of moisture thing, and that's what it is. I don't know. I'd like to find out and put it to rest. You know what I mean? I hate to think that they're poisoning the air. But then again, the water. I always go back to that picture I took going to the beach that day where it says, save the water. Like, I've seen videos of people pumping stuff into our streams in Canada, and it's like, it's a whole lot of questionable. Like, what is going on? Then I know you guys always say that I don't talk enough about my own politics. Well, they think it's not necessary for the general public to know who China meddled in their elections. There's like 11 of them. We're not to know who they were. This is the Canada I'm supposed to live in. Are you fucking my homeland native free? I'm not fucking free. We're not free. Not for a second. Would it come as a surprise if we could actually get the news to go and find out what's in our food? Because nobody has to tell us. They just get to put a bunch of fancy names up there that we have no fucking clue what it is. And besides, we're forced to pay for it because the fucking fresh stuff, it costs way too much money. You know what I mean? Like, this is the world Uncle Will wants to continue living in. We're a good family where everybody works, can't fucking live. And if they are, they're fucking selling their lives to their job because that's all they got to do in order to give their family what they need. And not make them feel like they're losing anything. It's quite sad. But then Uncle Will says, I should go back and play that video a little bit more. But Uncle Will says, Carl's the kind of guy who'll gotta watch what you say, because Carl's the kind of guy who'll take a toaster into the shower with him. So you think I'm not mentally ill? What do I say that's bad, Uncle Will? That you think that what you say could put me in the shower with a fucking toaster? And if you think that way of me, why are you mentally trying to fuck with me? Why wouldn't you take the time to fucking listen or talk? Or it's because you're a piece of shit human, bro. It's like crystal clear. Clint, or Kurt. Sorry, I call him Clint. Kurt gets proven to be a backstabbing fucking creek squatter. And even Seeper and Wade have said shit against Kurt to say he's a fucking, like, not a fucking good guy. Hey, who cares? Surprise, surprise, motherfucker. I don't care what you think. And it's gonna be surprise, surprise, motherfucker, when you find out different. My delusions will become your delusions. And you won't be able to handle it, bud. Trust me. I know what I've been through. And just whatever you do, try and get through it. Reach for Christ, who cares? You're gonna need the truth, buddy. Because you're actually coming on when I'm talking about trying to help people that need to be helped. Would you like to? Apostle Greg Locke. Listen, if he has the powers he said he did, he'd eliminate them from the bad guys. You know what I mean? Get a brain cell. Get a brain cell. You think I need help because I recognize what's going on in the world and I want to stop it and you don't? Who cares? Who's got your brain, brah? Who's got your brain? Who hurt you so bad that you don't feel the need to be free? You can give your brain over to the government or whoever, Satan. You think you're having a good time on here, eh, bud? You think you're bothering me? You can only make me feel sorry for you. Because I know what a twisted, dark soul you have. Maybe you don't have one. Maybe there's no help in you. Maybe you're just so far gone that you're part of the shit slide. You know what I mean? Maybe it is a brand new world. Big solar flash. Takes the shit away. Well, see, you got a problem. I live in Canada too. Wow. I do gotta say, I do love America, and I do love most of the Americans, but they got some real shit turds over there to hate because, see, here's the deal, bud. If I was standing right next to you, I wouldn't even know if I was Canadian or not. If you didn't know who I was, you fucking shit turds decide to hate based on what country we come from. Because for some reason, you've been brainwashed to think that, well, you're superior. And you're not. You're more brain dead than most. You're not the #1 country in the world, bud. Not by a long shot. You aren't leading the world in anything other than destroying it. Because, not because the government, but because the citizens are weak, brother. Like you. You got a twisted brain. And you don't realize that. Well, you should ask questions. I don't ever say I'm right. But hey, if Joe Biden, if that's real and they did an investigation and Joe Biden is not liable for paperwork because he's not mentally apt to deal with it, should he be running a country? Common sense tells me that no, he should be removed immediately. Not that your option in Kamala Harris is any better, but hey, you should go by like some sort of mental capability, you know what I mean? But you don't in America. You can have a bumbling idiot as your leader and you feel like you don't have the right to stand up and say something. I see Carl Martin putting down people because they're talking about the Hunter Biden thing. People should be talking about Hunter Biden. They should be talking about what's in that laptop. They should be saying, hey, we the general public should know what's in there. Is our president round up in a bunch of bullshit on top of not being mentally capable to deal with paperwork? Is he dealing with some shady shit? Did he get rid of a DA by fucking strong boy in Ukraine? He says it right on video. And you guys don't give a fuck. And you want to put my country down? Yeah, we're not doing much, but we're not ever claimed to be the best country in the world. But we will be the first one to start the awakening there, my brother. We will. Justin Trudeau will be the first fucking domino to fall. And Bill Gates will follow suit. Unfortunately, your perception, man, George Soros, it's just a feeling. Premonition, you know what I mean? Listen, vintage. I want you to, maybe it's because I'm an empath. I don't know what kind of empath you are, but I can feel a whole lot, vintage. And when I think of Anthony Fauci and I think about the awakening, and I think about every person that his deception has hurt, and the karma that is going to bring upon that man, like, I don't know what they think. This world is ran by the devil, but it's owned by God. And they're going to pay. That's why I don't want any of them hurt. I want to have them have the chance to get to God. Because in order to get to God, and they know that they get an ending, a good one. Other than that, they'll be spinning in their heads wondering what they ever did. But they'll have to eat all that karma. They will be publicly humiliated like no others in human history. Fauci will become the joke that he is. It's just a feeling I got. Because no matter what these fucking turds say to me, I don't care. I know my purpose. And they can't take it away. Only a conversation with common sense and facts can show me that I'm not. But I don't take wisdom from those who are unwilling to search knowledge. You know what I mean? I might do another video later. But, I don't know, Vintage. I worry for the world. Like, these people are not right in the head. There's darkness everywhere. There's deception everywhere. Like the spiritual community, massively deceptive. Like these people, they talk about manifesting, right? And then they sell people's futures for 44.44. They do like 10 of them. They're fucking mopping in the cash. And then they're seeing their people grow and they're looking better and they're fucking, you know, they got new cars and they're feeling better. Yeah, they're manifesting your money. They're not working for it. They're just telling you what you want to hear. Popping in positivity. They're not saying, hey, what is our real world like? Because here's the deal, Vintage. If you want a spiritual gangster to help you, Carl Jung. And that will lead you right back to the native people. You gotta go to the darkness with your light. You gotta fucking, like I've said on these videos, I'm like, I ask God. Because God doesn't speak to me too much, but when he does, sometimes it doesn't make sense to me. But I do it. Because I'm like, why do you want me to stay in this situation? And then I realize, well, it's because you can show people you're trapped. They've got a grown man trapped. That if he goes to leave, they can take his money and, well, a 6-time loser in the hospital. Because they'd use these videos against me or something. Probably ain't coming out, you know what I mean? Well, there ain't fucking nothing wrong with me. You can show me where I'm not chosen. You can fucking prove it to me, but you gotta listen to me first. And that's the problem in this world. I've traveled it for fucking over 4 years. Begging for people to talk to. Same group of people. Nothing. Nothing but fucking been made fun of, been called a child predator, had songs made up about me being a child predator. I'm a horrible father. I've always been more than willing to talk about it. That's the thing. Uncle Will, everybody likes to throw that what I said at my son at me. I'm not a fucking idiot. I put it on the internet for a reason, to talk about it. So maybe you could get an understanding, but these people are unwilling to think out of like the tiny little box that's in their brain. Or maybe Satan's got a hold of it going, you don't need freedom, Uncle Will. You're just a little guy. Let me take care of you. And when it's too late. But that's your brain, Uncle Will. My brain will continue to function in positivity. Knowing that the darkness around me, well, I'll continue to shine my light and I'll try and change it. Nobody can tell you what you are, Vintage. That's the thing. Everybody always wants to be like up church and fucking Dagburn. Voice of the voiceless. That's fucking bullshit. That's fucking ego-driven fucking bullshit. I used to say it too. I want to be the voice of the voiceless, but I don't. I want to be the voice that fucking gives the voiceless a voice.
I forgot about the cat.
But there's problems with me thinking like that, you know what I mean? Too many people live in silence because of people like Uncle Will. They're afraid to say what they think because Uncle Will will bash them because they think differently than Uncle Will. Even though they have the best intentions and best heart. You couldn't match my heart, Uncle Will. Not for a second, bro. Not for a second. I look forward to the day where you're forced to listen to my story, Uncle Will. And then you're forced to see what a fucking... Well, if you can't see it now, I don't know. Maybe you never do. Maybe you don't have a soul. You think building a better future for people is a bad fucking idea. I wonder if Who Cares is still on here. That's what Christ consciousness is. Vintage. It doesn't get better as you get higher. It gets worse. And worse. Because you see things for what they are. And you see the game that God is playing with Satan right now. And you actually see how Satan is checkmated. I see it. I just need to see it come to fruition. That's all. I don't need anybody to believe in me. I believe in myself, and sooner or later, someone will listen to me, and maybe they'll see that maybe I have a point. So it doesn't really matter at this point if I'm chosen or not. The future for the children is in trouble, and well, if we don't do something, it's going to be a very different fucking future than the past that we got. But everybody wants to live in the past. The way past, you know what I mean? Everybody hates each other.
What?
And vintage. Do you know how sick Satan is? Like, these are just my thoughts. That son of a bitch likes to take God's things and make them his. I'll give you a couple of examples. I'm a wolf. I know that. That's my spirit animal. Like, for sure. Fucking wolf. And I think God's people are wolves. Because they're a pack. They stand together with one another. You know what I mean? They're not sheep. Those are Satan's people. They do as they're told to do. They're corralled when corralled. You can look this up, vintage. There's a story of two wolves. The way they tell it now is there's two wolves you can feed. You can feed the evil one or you can feed the righteous one, you know what I mean? And basically the moral is feed the righteous one. Whichever one you feed will dominate, you know what I mean? The original story. And that's the thing. The natives were always into wolves too, you know what I mean? They were always big in the native culture. Speaking of wolves, there's Cain wanting attention. But anyways, then the old story is you gotta feed them both. And use them both in a righteous way. You know what I mean? Everybody's trying to run from the darkness into the light. That way we never see what's actually going on. It's a false light. What else does old Satan do? You know what one of my plans is? Vintage. See, here's the deal. The rainbow. The rainbow is to represent God. So, what's the rainbow used for now? You know what I mean? I plan on taking that flag and giving it back to God for all his people that have pride in God and want to show him glory. We'll take that thing back and we'll actually ask the people who are, don't want to be special, just want to be treated equal, who are gay, to join us, you know what I mean? This world has so much hate. Like Uncle Will, AD, all of them. Just that F word all over the place. You know, and gee, has anybody tried to use my kid against me? And try to use my religion against me with them? I don't have a religion. You guys can stink your religions all up your asses. I want nothing to do with it. I want the truth. And I think Yeshua's the truth, but I'm willing to fight if he is, find out if he is. Because like I said, vintage. Anybody in their right mind doesn't know that the Pope is fucking dope. They ain't got a brain in their head. God's people don't dress like clowns. Sorry, they don't. They don't. They don't need to feel special. They don't need to feel special. Because they know deep down they are special because they're God's children. And they know that the message sells itself. It doesn't need to be clammed up. You know what I mean? That's why authenticity is so important. You know what I mean? People tell me, well, if you did things this way, maybe we'd listen. Well, hey, that's not me. I'm going to give you the truth. And I'm going to fucking hammer you with it until you acknowledge it. But right now, I'm just a small person and you don't have to acknowledge it. But hey, if I got myself to the point where, well, I was seen and then you were part of my movie, then you'd have to fucking take a hard look at yourself. Hey, Vintage. Can you imagine? 4 years. And you are the only person that's still there. The only one. It's funny. It's funny how the world works. You know? And look how many of them I gave a chance to. Like, I'm just saying if I am. If just in case I am. Angel. Can you imagine how all these little twat-wads look telling me not to help their children? Could you imagine? I wonder, hey, it's all recorded. I wonder if we could get their permission to use their image in my movie. Actual footage of them fucking telling me I'm a child predator. Fucking stop trying to help the children. And then I'm a loser. Uncle Will on the big screen. Looking like a big old fucking tool and a half, eh? They gotta show his videos too, where he's all hyped up. If they come, we're gonna get them. There's a few of those out there. I see them. Does he look fake as fuck or what? And then I'll Kurt. I'm gonna get shirts made up. I can smell Kurt's pussy in Canada. I'm not in it for the money there, Kurt. I'll give you half the proceeds and half the proceeds to a charity of my choice. Because we're already gonna have porcelain heads. I think Uncle Will has joined the group for sure. It'll be like a Dagburn, an AD, Johnny Gashville. But mostly, I think the Carl Martin and the Johnny Dagburn ones we got to get out on stock first. Those are the ones we need first. When you wake up in the morning and you want to become a better man, who better than to look at than Dagburn? You know what I mean? Like, when people actually sit there and they look, and that's the thing, the followers of Dagburn right now, those people are, what's wrong with Daniel Bishop? What is wrong with his brain? Like, he looks like a grown man, he looks like he's got no problems, but then you put stuff on the internet and you're like, This guy says he's with God. How can you be with God and have Johnny Tagburn as your side man? Daniel does need help, Greg. He needs help bad. Like, Native J. Like, I feel bad when I see Native J even write anything down. I'm like, there's no way. Come on. This has got to be a skit. This has got to be a joke. Like, this can't be a real person. You know what I mean? It's all sorts of weird. Dance channel? I don't know, Vintage. I honestly think there's a time coming in the world where we actually should pay attention to who we're hanging out with. Like, honestly, I try and have a little fun with this, but I don't actually. I have a pit in my gut for Kurt. Kurt is fake as fuck. It's being shown all over the internet. Johnny Tagburn has the fucking proof. You know what I mean? I hope you get the help that you need. Who cares? I really do. Because I can't understand how, like, who hurt you, bud? I can help you. I'm a healer. But I gotta know what's hurting you in order to help you. That's what I'm here for, brother. I'm here to help you. You want to take the spiritual path of the truth, brother? No, I can't tell you what the truth is. But we can have conversations and you can guide yourself to the truth. You know what I mean, brother? Huh? How's those lips for you? Huh? You have a good day too, Stardust. Anyways, I'm gonna go. I was actually gonna do this Creek Squad review with Kurt. That's who I was talking about, Kurt. Yeah, I don't like saying these things, but it's like, God gave us the free will for a reason. Because it's not true love if he makes us love him. You know what I mean? It's just unfortunate this world chooses to love fucking the other guy. They love him. What does Uncle Will really have to lose? You know what I mean? There's going to be two roads. There's going to be the Christ, which is the truth. And maybe Jesus isn't the truth. You know what I mean? Maybe we could find out. I have a feeling he is, but that's just my belief. But hey, if you believe something enough, you'll search for the truth. Am I on OnlyFans? That's good. Whoever put me on there, I hope they have a good time. You know what I mean, bro? I hope they have a good time. If people want to play games with me, I'm all for it. Go ahead. You're only hurting yourself, bud. Here's the right. Here's the left. In the long run, you'll lose the fight. But don't be surprised if I hit you back. Because I am entitled to protect myself. You know what I mean? I just can't let stupid beat on me. I gotta fight stupid back. Like, look at what I'm doing to Will. I'm fighting this stupidity. Not because I want to, but someone has to help Will. And someone needs to show him where he's mentally ill, he's brainwashed, and well, maybe he should borrow Upchurch's MK Ultra book. You know what I mean? It's a worldwide phenomenon for Will. You don't need to feel bad. You're not going through it alone, brother. You've been brainwashed with many brothers and sisters. Now's the time for you to see it though, Will. So you can be big and strong. And then you can be a warrior for God, regardless of who calls you crazy and who tries to come after you. Just give him the finger, Uncle Will, and say, hey, I love you. I wish the best for you. But that don't mean I want you around me. You know what I mean? Take my lithium. You think someone like me should be on drugs? Of course you do. Because you're brilliant. Your brain is amazing. When you see the future, what does your brain see? What does it see, huh? You're so busy stuck in the past from those scars that someone gave you. So you want to hurt me. You can't hurt me, buddy. But I can help you. What do you think? Who cares? I'll never take lithium. Not ever. Like, listen. I hate to tell you guys this, but I think the whole pill thing, I think it's to make sure you don't wake up. Because what happens when you're going mentally ill? You're struggling. And well, sometimes you got to reach for a higher power to get out of that struggle because you're just not powerful enough. That's when God comes. And you better ask God. You better watch out what you ask God for. You know what I mean? Because if you ask him for the truth, he's going to take you on a ride. You're going to get a beatings. Beatings of beatings of beatings. But sometimes you get so strong at it, you're like, let's go out and get some more beatings, Carl. Let's show people they're only making themselves suffer. You know what I mean? Poor Uncle Will. Poor Kurt. But even more so, Johnny Dagbard. And Carl Martin. The things that Carl Martin have said to me, the outright lies, and the hatred towards Canadians. Like, I can't even fathom that. And then talk and say you're a man of God. I'm sorry, but if you got hate in your heart, you ain't got God. You got the other guy. Telling you got the good guy. You got the bad guy, dude. He accepts your lies. He's the one that would tell you Jesus died for your sins and there's nothing you have to do. Just keep going. Keep sinning away. You know what I mean? That real guy, he'll make you pick up that cross. He'll make you carry it. And he'll make you nail yourself to it. You know what I mean? You don't know struggle, who cares? That's the problem. You know what I mean? That's the thing with Johnny. He's never, like he says he went through these rough times and all this shit, but he never learned from it. You know what I mean? He's still the victim of his childhood. It's like, and nobody knows what it is. In all honesty, everybody tells the truth. Like, fuck, you've had like 15 stories about your dad. 15 stories about your dad. Like, what is the real story? Because there are real victims out there who, well, don't say shit because of fucktards like that who have 15 stories. So that when they go out, someone can do the same thing, point at them and call them crazy. Because here's the thing. These sick fucks who hurt people, they know how to manipulate others. They're some of the nicest people in the world. But behind closed doors, sometimes in open doors, they can make themselves look good and you bad. They'll fucking take every opportunity. Just depends on the situation. But hey, who cares? You can't love me, bud. You can't. You gotta love yourself first. You know what I mean? See, I had to learn to love myself before I could, well, actually admit to myself that I love you. As much as you're ignorant and arrogant, if you choose the road to hell, then that's the road that you chose. Because God gave you that free will. And if you make a bad choice, that's on you, brother, not me. I want the best for you, but whatever you decide, your body, your choice. You know what I mean, brother? I don't know how the awakening goes for her, that, but it's your brain, your choice, bud. That's the thing. Little me likes to try and shove that down my throat. Carl, you say you're a victim. No. See, here's the thing. I could have sued my company. I could have sued the cops. I could have sued the hospital. I could do a lot of lawsuits, I think. That's because I believe that the story that I tell, I bring a lot of receipts with. But unfortunately, it's not about money for me. It's about stopping these people so they can't hurt other people. So they can see who they are. My friends who lied on me didn't care how that would affect me mentally when they already knew I was in a bad state at one time. Like, I can prove this shit. It's not make-believe or what I think. It's because I have the facts. That's the problem. Like, all of it. I've never been the victim. I've kept fighting because I know sooner or later they're going to have to take these knives back. I'm going to build myself a big enough name where they have to answer for their own shit. And we'll both lay our proof down. Hey, this is what I think, and they can sit there and tell you how crazy I was or whatever the fuck they want to say. Because this life just keeps getting better. Like, I keep trying to warn you guys. Legitimately, when I say they've stolen a baby out of my house for weeks and there's nothing you can do about it, legit stole a baby. I can prove it with fucking... Listen, we're a kin approved home. We currently have a non-blood child in our home that we take care of. But they take the blood child out of our home based on nothing. Because this worker does not like my son. And it's not my son's worker. It's the mother of the child's worker. My son's never been involved with CAS before. Other than through other people. You know what I mean? It's all sorts of fucked up. You can steal a baby. The government can legit steal a fucking baby and there's nowhere for you to go. You go to court and you just remand it and, oh, baby ain't with its natural parent. Don't worry about it. Keep it in a foster home. Yeah, feed that kid fucking dry formula. Yeah, you do that. That's good. Even though the doctor fucking told you what to... Like, this is all fucked up. People are fucked up. I've had people, I've done nothing but try and help them and their child fucking lie upon me so they can have their child back because they think I'm the reason they're not getting it back. No, you're the fucking reason. I'm just the one taking care of your child. I want you to be with your child. In fact, we had those conversations. How can we get you on track? Like, fuck. Like, I got a lot of stories on how humans are. And I want people to answer back and let me know where I'm fucking crazy. Like, it's evident. Like, just look. Look at what people say about me. All because I thought Ryan Upchurch was chosen. Are you fucking kidding me? You couldn't have taken a fucking little bit of time and talked to me, but you all fucking came after me? It was a pretty simple thing. I always said, hey, Upchurch, if you do pay attention, just say I'm not your guy in the comments and I fucking stop. Like, I'm tired of sticking up for you, looking for a reason not to. Like, fuck. Please. But then when he finally does come into my comments, he says, how can we talk one-on-one? Hey, I hear what you're saying. Your sweater. Or what's the other one? There was four. There was four fucking comments. Who fucking does that? Especially someone who says they're a fucking holler boy. And the guy who you're fucking trying to fuck with his head, well, he's done nothing but stick up for you and fucking went over and proved what you said was probably true. But willing to have a conversation because he didn't want to fucking carry on fucking talking about how you were a fucking chosen one. Even though he says it not just in songs, you can go back in clips where he says, somebody says, you're chosen, Ryan. And he goes, yep, you're very smart. And then he puts little fucking Instagram clips saying he's working for Jesus down here. Well, fuck, bud. You gotta be a little political to work for Jesus. You gotta know your fucking surroundings, dude. And you don't. You want people to ignore them or get a fucking hobby. Not everybody can afford a four-wheeler, bro. Fuck, people are starving out there. I think I'm here to change that, but I'm the guy you want to fucking bash on the internet. Yeah! Fucking holler boy! Fuck, let's not talk to somebody. Let's bash them, especially when they've never bashed you. But it was probably because I was bashing Uncle Will. That's because you fucktards go with man before truth. You don't find out what the fucking truth is. You fucking stick up for a man. And Uncle Will ain't a man, so you got caught with your fucking pants down up church serving fucking Satan. Anyways, I better go. I know they're all a bunch of fucking idiots. Vintage. Wade, Seeper, Brandy Day. You know, Brandy B is probably one of the only ones that never fucking said a word to me. Never been nothing but nice. That's one person. The rest of them all came after me. And all I ever said was the truth. Or proved me wrong. But anyways, I'm going to go. I'm probably going to come back later.